The Nimitz-Class nuclear-powered aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72, is the fifth vessel in this class fleet. She was commissioned in 1989 after being launched in 1988. The vessel was built by Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding. She is 1,092 feet, 332.8 meters, long, with a beam of 252 feet, 76.8 meters, and a draft of 41 feet, 12.5 meters. It can carry 97,000 tons of cargo. The flight deck is approximately 4.5 acres in size and 257 feet, 78.34 meters, wide. On the starboard side, there is an island, and on the port side, there is an angled flight deck. The flight deck is served by 4 hangar elevators, 3 on the starboard side and 1 on the port side. The ship is equipped with 4 steam catapults. The USS Abraham Lincoln has a capacity of 90 aircraft and helicopters. The ship can hold up to 5,680 people, including the ship's crew of 3,200 and the aircrew of 2,480. The carrier has 2 Westinghouse A4W nuclear reactors, 4 steam turbines, 4 shafts, which provide 260,000 horsepower, 194 MW. The USS Abraham Lincoln has a top speed of 30 knots. Flight operations are being carried out by the Nimitz-Class aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72. She is undergoing flight deck certification to ensure that the ship and air wing can safely launch and recover aircraft.
It's the first time that we've put F-35 on the flight deck with any other aircraft. It's the first time we've operated F-35 in a cyclic ops environment. So the main mission of us, of VX-9, VFA-125, and VFA-101 while on board here is to test the F-35 in a cyclic ops environment and see how it performs. So for me, the biggest transition I had to make was, like I said, I was a two-seat pilot. So obviously the F-35 there are no two-seat aircraft. So I had to transition from being a two-seat pilot in the TCC concept to being a single-seat pilot. So that was a transition for myself. Then obviously it's a brand new airplane built by a completely different company. So a lot of the mission systems are different. So you're learning, basically having to learn a whole new airplane was probably the biggest transition for me as well.
So my job as LSO is basically for the safe recovery of aircraft on board the aircraft carrier. So what I do is I go on the LSO platform and I basically wave all the planes coming in and land and make sure that they're safe. Everybody does things properly. I grade them and get them aboard the aircraft carrier. This current squadron, basically on board the ship, is really composed of like 3 squadrons. So we have VX-9, VFA-101, VFA-125, and then 1 member from VFA-147. And this squadron basically is only coming together for this one boat dip. But the F-35 has basically, it doesn't have a ceiling on it right now. It can just keep going. The F-35, I'm a car guy, and I like to compare it to the F-18. It's kind of like a classic car. It's tried and true. It's been around for a long time. And the F-35, it's kind of more like one of the newer modern cars, a lot more software based. It's a lot better in many ways, more advanced, easier to handle, a lot more user friendly. So the F-35 is really good in those regards.
FA-18EF Super Hornets and EA-16 Growlers launch and land from the flight deck of the USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72. The Lincoln Carrier Strike Group has been certifying for future deployment operations off the Atlantic coast. Aircraft land and take off from the USS Abraham Lincoln's flight deck. The ship and the other Abraham Lincoln Strike Group components embody the concept of a team of teams, combining advanced surface, air, and systems assets to create and sustain operational capability. This enables them to prepare for and conduct global operations, have effective and long-term command and control, and demonstrate dedication and commitment to becoming the Navy's and the nation's strongest warfighting force. FA-18 Super Hornets of the United States Navy launch and recover aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72. The Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group is currently stationed in the 5th and 6th Fleet areas of operation, defending American forces and interests. Staffs, ships, and aircraft from Carrier Strike Group, CSG-12, Destroyer Squadron, DESRN-2, and Carrier Air Wing, CVW-7, are among the assets deploying with Abraham Lincoln as the flagship. FA-18 Super Hornets from Strike Fighter Squadron, FA-25's Fist of the Fleet, and FA-86's Sidewinders launch and recover aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72. The Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group is deployed to support maritime security cooperation efforts in the areas of operation of the United States 5th, 6th, and 7th Fleets. The USS Abraham Lincoln, CVN-72, and its Carrier Strike Group complete a transit of the Suez Canal in the southbound direction. The Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group, ABECSG, is deployed in the United States Central Command Area of Responsibility to protect American forces and interests in the region. The deploying strike group assets include staffs, ships, and aircraft from Carrier Strike Group 12, CSG-12, Destroyer Squadron 2, DESRN-2, USS Lake Gulf, CG-55, and Carrier Air Wing 7, CVW-7, as well as the Spanish Navy's ESPS Méndez Ney, Alvaro de Bazan-class frigate, F-104. Hope you had a pleasant trip. Thank you for watching. Please give a like and subscribe. See you next time.